Imagine a world in chaos, not from natural disasters or war, but from invisible threats lurking in your computer. In our rapidly digitizing world, computer viruses have become a silent menace. These cunning and often destructive programs are designed to infiltrate your computer without your knowledge, spreading like wildfire and causing havoc in their wake. So, what precisely is a computer virus? Well, it's a piece of software that, much like a biological virus, can replicate itself and spread to other computers. These digital parasites often hitch a ride on seemingly innocuous files or links, lying in wait to unleash their destructive potential. But why are they so devastating? The impact of a computer virus can be far-reaching, extending beyond your personal computer to the vast expanse of the digital world. A major virus can cause extensive damage to personal data, erasing cherished photos, important documents, and even wiping out entire hard drives. The financial loss can be staggering as well. Imagine waking up one day to find your bank account drained, your credit cards maxed out, all due to a malicious piece of code. And it's not just individuals who bear the brunt. Businesses, large and small, can be brought to their knees, with losses running into billions of dollars. But perhaps the most chilling aspect of a computer virus is the potential national security risks. Sophisticated viruses can infiltrate critical infrastructure, disrupt communication networks, and even compromise military systems. The implications are truly frightening. These invisible threats are not just a nuisance but a dire reality of our digital age. As we continue to weave technology into every aspect of our lives, the potential for devastation increases. It's a silent war being waged, not with guns and bombs, but with lines of code and malicious intent. So, buckle up, because we're about to embark on a journey into the dark underbelly of the digital world. We'll delve into the history, the impact, and the aftermath of some of the most destructive computer viruses ever unleashed. Now let's dive into this digital abyss and explore some of the deadliest computer viruses ever. Our journey begins in the early 1970s with the Creeper virus, the first known computer virus. In a world where computers were becoming increasingly integrated into our lives, the Creeper virus marked the dawn of digital diseases. It was an experiment, a test of the boundaries of this new digital frontier. The Creeper virus was created by Bob Thomas, a programmer working for BBN Technologies. As an experiment, it was not intended to be malicious. Unlike the viruses of today, it didn't steal information, corrupt files, or cripple systems. Instead, it merely replicated itself and moved from one machine to another, leaving behind a simple message: "I'm the Creeper, catch me if you can." Yet, the Creeper virus was more than just an innocent experiment. It was a proof of concept, a demonstration that it was possible to create a self-replicating program that could spread across a network. This was a revolutionary idea at the time, and it opened up a whole new field of possibilities. It was the first step towards the creation of the digital diseases we know today. The Creeper virus was eventually defeated by the first antivirus program, Reaper. Ironically, Reaper was also a self-replicating program designed to find and remove instances of the Creeper virus. This was the beginning of the endless cat-and-mouse game between virus creators and antivirus developers that we still see today. So, while the Creeper virus itself was harmless, its creation had far-reaching consequences. It demonstrated that computers were vulnerable to infection, and it paved the way for future viruses. The digital world had been shown its first glimpse of a new type of threat, one that could spread unseen and cause untold damage. This was a wake-up call to the world. It showed us that the digital frontier was not a safe haven, but a new battleground. It was a warning of the dangers that lay ahead, a harbinger of the countless digital diseases that would follow. While the Creeper virus was harmless, it opened Pandora's box, leading to the creation of more destructive computer viruses. Fast forward to 1982, the birth of the first destructive virus, the Elk cloner. Our journey into the realm of digital diseases takes us to a time where floppy disks were the prime mode of data transfer. In this era, a 15-year-old high school student named Richard Skrenta unknowingly created history. Richard, a known prankster, decided to play a trick on his friends. He crafted a small piece of code that could duplicate itself and spread to other systems. Little did he know that his prank would be remembered as the first destructive computer virus, the Elk cloner. The Elk cloner was ingeniously simple. It resided on the boot sector of Apple II floppy disks. Whenever an infected disk was inserted into a clean system, the virus would copy itself onto the system's disk. When the system was booted up 25 times, the Elk cloner would present the user with a little surprise, a poem. This poem, written by Skrenta himself, was a taunting message that informed the user of the infection. So what was the impact of this prank turned rogue? The Elk cloner was not designed to cause any physical damage to the system. Its primary function was to annoy users by displaying an unsolicited poem. However, it did give the world a glimpse of how destructive these digital diseases could potentially become. It was the first virus to spread outside a laboratory environment, demonstrating the ease with which a virus could propagate and the potential scale of its impact. Looking back, the Elk cloner might seem quite harmless compared to the sophisticated threats we face today. But it's important to remember that this was the first step into a new era, an era where the invisible threats of the digital world started becoming a tangible reality. The Elk cloner was just the beginning. The digital world was about to face even bigger threats. In 1988, as the internet started to grow, so did the threats. Enter the Morris worm. The Morris worm, named after its creator Robert Tappan Morris, a graduate student from Cornell University, was the first of its kind. A virus that didn't just inhabit a single computer, but instead, it spread across the internet, infecting thousands of machines. Morris didn't design this worm to cause harm. In fact, it was created to gauge the size of the internet. However, a miscalculation in the worm's coding caused it to replicate itself excessively, leading to a drastic slowdown in infected machines. Imagine this scenario. You're driving on a highway, and suddenly every car begins to duplicate. The roads become congested, traffic grinds to a halt, and the entire transportation system is paralyzed. That's exactly what happened in the digital world when the Morris worm hit the scene. This worm didn't discriminate. It infected both large university networks and small personal computers. It exploited known vulnerabilities in Unix sendmail, Finger, and RS-Rexec, as well as weak passwords. The impact? Well, it was staggering. The worm affected about 6,000 machines, which was a significant portion of the internet back then. Cleaning up the mess took time and resources, and the cost was estimated to be anywhere from $200,000 to over $500,000. But the Morris worm did more than just cause digital chaos. It served as a wake-up call, a glaring red light that highlighted the vulnerabilities of this new interconnected digital world. It made us realize that as the internet grows, so does its potential for harm. And what became of Robert Morris? He was convicted under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act and was sentenced to 3 years of probation, 400 hours of community service, and a fine of $10,500. The Morris worm served as a wake-up call, highlighting the vulnerabilities of the interconnected digital world. In the year 2000, a seemingly innocent email wreaked havoc worldwide, causing damages over $10 billion. This was the I Love You virus. Just as the new millennium dawned, a destructive force emerged from the Philippines, with love as its disguise. The I Love You virus, also known as the love bug, was a simple piece of code concealed within an email attachment titled Love Letter for You.xtvbs. The innocent title, coupled with the widespread use of email, proved to be the perfect catalyst for a digital disaster. Created by Onel de Guzman, a 24-year-old computer science student, the virus was initially intended to steal passwords for internet access. However, it spiraled out of control, spreading across the globe at an unprecedented speed, infecting millions of computers, and causing significant financial damage. The I Love You virus was a worm, a self-replicating virus that could send itself to every email address in an infected computer's address book. The unsuspecting recipient, intrigued by the email's title, would open the attachment, unwittingly unleashing the virus into their system. This would then repeat the process, sending the virus-laden email to a new set of potential victims. The speed and scale of the infection were staggering. Within just 24 hours, an estimated 50 million users had received the I Love You email. The fallout was catastrophic. Major corporations and government bodies, including the Pentagon, the British Parliament, and the CIA, were forced to shut down their email systems to stop the virus from spreading further. The aftermath of the I Love You virus was a harsh wake-up call for many. It highlighted the vulnerabilities in our digital infrastructure and emphasized the need for robust cybersecurity measures. The virus also led to the creation of the first antivirus software, a significant milestone in the fight against digital diseases. The I Love You virus showed how a simple email could bring the world to its knees. The love bug served as a stark reminder of the potential dangers lurking in our seemingly harmless daily emails, marking a turning point in the history of cybersecurity. Fast forward to the present day, where the threats have evolved into something more sinister. Ransomware. From the harmless pranks of the creeper virus to the destructive force of the I Love You virus, we've journeyed through the annals of digital disease. But now, let's dive into the contemporary era where a new breed of malicious software has taken center stage. Ransomware. Picture this. You switch on your computer one morning, only to find all your files are locked. A message pops up demanding a ransom in exchange for the key to unlock your data. That, in essence, is the terror of ransomware. The creation of ransomware dates back to the late 80s, but it's in the past decade that it truly came into its own, becoming a tool of choice for cybercriminals worldwide. The reason? It's brutally effective. Ransomware works by encrypting the user's data, rendering it inaccessible. It then demands a ransom, usually in the form of cryptocurrency, to decrypt the data. The victims range from individuals to multinational corporations, and the damage can be devastating. In 2016, one of the most notorious ransomware attacks occurred. The WannaCry worm spread across 150 countries, affecting hundreds of thousands of computers and causing damages estimated at billions of dollars. It was a stark reminder of the scale and severity of modern digital threats. Every year, ransomware attacks are becoming more frequent and sophisticated, with the ransom amounts also skyrocketing. The impact isn't just financial. Imagine losing access to your precious memories, important documents, or critical business data. The emotional toll can be just as significant, if not more. As we journey deeper into the digital age, ransomware continues to evolve, adopting more complex encryption techniques and targeting more vulnerable systems. As we rely more heavily on digital data, the potential for damage only increases. Ransomware, a grim reminder that the threats of the digital world are ever evolving and becoming more dangerous. The scars left by these digital diseases are a stark reminder of the dangers lurking in the digital world. No doubt the impact of these viruses has been immense, causing billions of dollars in damages and disrupting countless lives. But like a phoenix rising from the ashes, we must learn from these experiences and arm ourselves for future battles. The aftermath of these viruses has been a wake-up call, pushing us to develop stronger security measures and more resilient digital infrastructures. Companies have had to invest heavily in bolstering their cyber defenses, while individuals have had to become more aware of the potential threats and how to avoid them. But what does this mean for you? Well, it means that you too can take steps to protect yourself in this ever-evolving digital battleground. It's not just about having an antivirus program installed on your computer, although that's certainly a good start. It's about understanding the nature of these threats and knowing how to respond when you encounter them. One of the first steps to safeguarding yourself is to keep your software updated. Many viruses exploit vulnerabilities in outdated software, so regularly updating your programs can help keep you safe. Additionally, be cautious when downloading files or clicking on links, especially if they come from unverified sources. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Furthermore, regularly backing up your data can save you a world of trouble in the event of a virus attack. If your system is compromised, having a backup allows you to restore your data without paying a ransom or losing everything. For businesses, it's crucial to invest in robust cybersecurity measures and to educate employees about the importance of safe online practices. After all, even the most secure system can be compromised by a single careless click. And let's not forget about the importance of strong, unique passwords. The use of password managers can greatly enhance your security by generating and storing complex passwords that are difficult for hackers to crack. Remember, in this digital age, vigilance and cybersecurity are our best defenses against these invisible threats. So, stay informed, stay vigilant, and let's fight back against these digital diseases together. From the creeper virus to ransomware, we've journeyed through the treacherous landscape of computer viruses. We've seen how these invisible threats have evolved from the playful pranks of the elk cloner in the early 80s to the destructive force of the I Love You virus that caused damage worth billions at the turn of the century. In the internet era, the Morris worm signaled a new age of threats lurking in the digital shadows, while the emergence of ransomware showcased the dark side of our increasingly interconnected world. The battle lines are drawn, and every new dawn brings with it a potential new threat in this digital battlefield. We've also explored the aftermath of these attacks and the importance of preventive measures. Remember, prevention is always better than cure, especially in the digital realm. As we continue to advance in the digital age, the battle against these invisible threats rages on. Stay safe, stay protected. Until next time.